Welcome back to the show. Okay, this is our fourth episode. We are moving gradually. Okay, this particular one is entitled Never Give Up. The last time we spoke about a loser, okay, and then how we can overcome losing by using our time or having principles in life. Okay, so after talking about the loser, is very key, okay, that we talk about the spirit of never giving up. The spirit of never giving up must be found in every single human, okay, because we were created, okay, or we were put in this world to achieve a certain purpose. Imagine you live in this world without any achievements. What are they going to mention you or remember you by? It means you just lived like any other human being and then you just left like that. Nobody is going to remember you for the things you have achieved. For you to be remembered for achieving a lot in life, you need to make sure that every single thing you need to do on this earth, you have done it. There is a very popular quote or a saying that comes from Les Brown. He says that if you go to the graveyard, okay, you will see a lot of beautiful minds, a lot of ideas in the graveyard. Okay, I'm just paraphrasing what he said, that the best of ideas are found in the graveyard. Why? Because those people were either scared to to achieve what they wanted to achieve. They were either restricted by circumstances around them. But to be able to overcome this means that you have to never give up. You will try the first time, you will fail. You will try the second time, you will fail. But to be able to be successful, you must be able to embrace failure. If you embrace failure, success is going to be yours. Anyone who achieves in the very first try, the person will not value what he has achieved. But if you try and you fail, you try and you fail, you try and you fail, and if you achieve in the end, you are going to be a successful person. You'll be very happy. Let me give you a story of one of the Nobel Prize winners. Okay, his name is John Nash. He is the one who propounded the theory by the name game theory. This guy when he was doing his PhD at Princeton, okay, he had a lot of troubles. Okay, people didn't even know that he had that kind of trouble. He was suffering from schizophrenia, and for a long time people didn't know, until finally he was found out that he had schizo. During his PhD era, okay, he was able to propound that theory, but after even achieving that, it took him many years for him to be recognized for his achievement. And then finally he was given PhD years later. What does this tell you? It tells you that in the beginning, nobody will recognize what you are doing, okay? Nobody will recognize what you are doing. Even this video I'm trying to shoot to encourage people, I don't know how many people are going to watch it. In fact, if I say that a lot of people aren't going to watch it, therefore I'm going to stop shooting, then it means I'm not being honest, okay? I'm not being sincere in my actions. That kind of message I want to put out is a message that is going to ginger everybody in the Gen Z, okay, the new generation of people, okay, those between 95, 98 to current times, okay. I'm trying to empower you, especially in these our times. Everything seems not to work out. Every single thing you try your hands on, okay, it looks like you are not achieving your dreams, and therefore you just relax and then you feel like, I'm giving up, I'm tired, I don't know how to go about it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Anything I lay my hands on, okay, I'm not achieving. Meanwhile, how many times have we tried? We need to try and fail, and then again, and then again, and then again, and finally, when we are able to have the breakthrough, we know that we were achievers. In fact, for you to be able to become an influencer, to be able to influence somebody, it means that you must have gone through failure to be able to impress people. Because if you achieved everything on the silver platter, okay, the next person you are talking to encourage them to achieve, the person might say to himself or say to you that you just achieved it on the silver platter. How dare you try to encourage me to achieve what you think I'll be able to achieve when I work hard. But if you had gone through failure several times and finally you get the breakthrough, it becomes easy for you to impact the person who is next to you. So never giving up is very key. The person who gives up is the one who never succeeds. The one who gives up is the one who never succeeds. As long as you keep failing, you must know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Make sure you are just in the right space. You are just doing what you think your heart deserves, what you know that is what you have passion on achieving. If you don't work within that means, okay, then it means, of course, you will not be motivated to achieve. But if you know that what you are doing is what you are, you are poised towards achieving, what is motivating you in your heart, if that is what you actually have set your eyes on, then never give up, my brothers. Never give up, my sisters. Keep moving. Keep moving. In fact, I have to make this thing clear to you. It's not easy. If I sit here and I tell you to just, move, keep moving, and it sounds as if, how do you call it? I have achieved, and then I'm telling you that keep moving. Nobody will know the struggles you'll be going through. In fact, you might go through depression at points in time, but you have to put yourself together and then come out of that. Never allow yourself to be crashed down, okay, and left on the ground by a setback. Don't allow that. If you try and you get tired, sit down, relax, think, find ways of innovating what you want to achieve in the way that you achieve it. If you want to use the same course you tried once and you failed, okay, if you want to use the same course, then it means that you are not learning from your mistakes. Try other alternatives. If you keep trying other alternatives, at one point it is going to become clear for you. I want to end with a story, like I always do. And this story is still going to come from the Islamic background. Anyone who is not a Muslim should not be perturbed by or driven away by this story, okay? It's a story that can, apply to every single human being on the surface of this earth, from whatever walk of life you are coming from. It has to do with a scholar by the name Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal. During the time of Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal, there was a trial in the Muslim world. It is called Mehna. When we say Mehna, it means the trial, okay? It has to do with some people that came up, okay, that they are called the Mu'tazilites. They came up with an idea that the Quran, that is the book of the Muslims, that the Muslims believe that this is a book that was sent down by Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. They were saying, okay, or this idea came with the fact that the Quran was a creation, not the words of Allah. The Quran is what? A creation of Allah, but not the words of Allah. So this became a problem for the people of the Muslims. It became a problem for the Muslim world. It became something that every single scholar was tried on. They will call you, they will ask you, what is this? They will put the Quran before you and ask you, what is this? Then the scholars, knowing in their hearts that they don't mean what they are saying with their lips, okay? They are saying one thing and then they mean the other. They used to point and say, this is a creation of Allah. They were pointing and then they were using their eye to indicate their finger, not the Quran, okay? Just to trick those who are forcing them to give in. They said this is a creation of Allah. Meanwhile, they are indicating their fingers. And then in the end, they'll be set free. That is the only thing that was going to set you free. But if you say that the Quran is not the creation of Allah, it is the words of Allah, you are going to be beaten. Brothers and sisters, I want you to know that because of this issue, this particular issue, Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal went through trouble after trouble. He went through jails. He was beaten. He was lashed. In fact, he was crushed to the ground because it was him versus the entire Muslim world. It got to a point, people kept coming to him, just say it with your lips and don't mean it in your heart that this is the creation of God. Meanwhile, you mean in your heart that it is the words of Allah. And then he pulled the one who was talking to him and asked him, look through the window. You see those standing there with their pens in their hand, the journalists, they are waiting for me to say that indeed the Quran is the creation of Allah, and that would be enough for me to be set free. But if I do that for them, they have achieved what they want. It means I have sold out Islam for a small amount of pain I'm going through. When it got to a point for him, he couldn't bear the pains any longer. He said to himself, in fact, I'm giving up. I'm going to say what my colleagues were also saying. On the way, when they were taking him to go and then declare his intention, what he was saying, a man came to him. And the man said that, are you Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal? He said, yes, I am. Then the man took off his shirt. He said, "Look at my back. I am a thief. I have been lashed several times for stealing. But anytime I kept, anytime I get lashed, I go back to stealing. I never give up my stealing. And they kept lashing me. See my back." Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal said that, "I have never seen such a back." And he said to him, "The reason why I'm telling you this is because I know the trial is so strong on you, but never give up. Continue to stand on what you believe, and that is what is going to give you success." That made Ahmed ibn Hanbal win the battle. In fact, in the end, he was given a title. He was given the title of Imam Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, meaning that he is the leader of those who are upon the tradition of the Prophet and the congregation. So today, when you hear his name, it sends smiles on the faces of the Muslims, because this man stood firmly against his beliefs. He didn't even say something with his mouth he didn't believe in his heart. He made sure he's one with his words. Therefore, this is a challenge to all of us, including myself. Things are difficult. Life is difficult. In fact, life itself is a race. But we shouldn't give up. Every single moment we are crashed to the earth, we should pick ourselves up. And every single time we are crashed to the ground, we should keep moving. I'll leave you here. Thank you for listening.